Hello everybody, welcome to the Malbeefance channel. Welcome back to those of you that have been following along. This is episode 3 of our series replay of Strategic Command War in the Pacific. And let's just go ahead and jump right into the turn, see what we get. I feel like it's a stalemate right now because I'm not making the kind of progress that I want. U.S. forces arrive in Australia. That is actually a scripted event. I didn't actually miss anybody coming across the Pacific. Not like I had anything to stop them anyway. U.S. Marines mobilize at Pearl Harbor. I do believe that's the Marine Air Corps. All right, Raiders destroy the phosphate loading facilities at Nauru Harbor. And there is our pathetic ledger for up and coming turn. Computer calculating supplies for the up and coming turn. Now I wonder if my attack on Nauru will generate a response by Allied forces. And great, the American submarine shows up just as I'm putting Marines into their boats out on the high seas. Oh, that's it for the Allied turn, okay. I'm surprised the Chinese army didn't do more. Alright, intelligence spots a garrison in Wellington, New Zealand. And okay, so that's all the preliminaries we're going to get. Let's go ahead and start with Kirubutai. I got to get these guys to ports. And get the transports out of the way. Alright, so I was at least able to get them next to the port. So they'll still be able to resupply. I guess I don't have enough supply to cruise them. Oh, wait. There we go. Alright. Alright, so I gotta do this. I hate doing this, but I gotta do this. No, I'm just going to do 2 for now. I gotta get those garrisons made because I gotta get those heavy units out of Manchuria. Okay, that wasn't as expensive as I thought it was going to be. That's good news. I cannot upgrade them at Wake. Alright, they can move. Alright, so they were able to occupy Lae. I don't think Buna's going to be that easy. And I cannot upgrade. Need to upgrade Ryujo's aircraft so they got better range. Let's see. There's nothing in Rabaul except stuff that shoots back. And is that going to do it for... Nope. let's get him out of there. Okay, that's it for my amphibious operations. I don't have any more transports. Get these guys out of Japan and over here to Manchuria. I don't like leaving the home islands unguarded, but I really don't have much of a choice. Blow what little I got left. Oh, we're down to 0, so there's nothing more I can do. Yamato's still sitting in port waiting for its upgrade. Oh, he is too far away now. Nuts. Alright, well, in that case, the artillery's moved. Alright, he's still in his supply range. So now if I can get this guy out of here. Let me check partisans again. Yep. So I can move this garrison to here and it would cover both Beijing, Peking, and Tianjin. Not enough troops, too many priorities. Get Yamato a little bit closer to the front. If nothing else, it's one more point they gotta spend resources on to repair. Okay, I think that's going to take care of China mainland, the Philippines. Yep, New Guinea. Alright, so now that submarine. Wait and have both of them hit at the same time. On second thought. I was going to try and upgrade the submarine, but try and have him block. Grr. All right, so back to Singapore. Get them back on a road. Can I swap? Yes, I can. Have the two full armies, have the 15th and the 25th both attack. Maybe we'll be able to carry Singapore next turn, which would be nice. All right, so maybe the armor can get him. Yes. Ah, and he's able to move. Awesome. So that takes Rangoon. Why can you not? Oh, you don't have enough movement points. Okay. Sorry. But I need more units down here because I can get outflanked pretty easily. Excuse me. And I don't want to pull him out of Indochina in case anything comes across that way. Maybe I'm worrying too much about amphibious operations by the Allies in the South China Sea. I don't know. But that is going to do it for this turn. I'm pretty sure. You zoom out, double check. So yeah, we started with Kido Butai, worked our way this way. All right, so that is going to do it for this turn. I don't have any production points left, so there's nothing else I can do. Just go ahead and advance a turn, see what we get. Burma surrenders. 70 production points. Yay, team. Partisans are active in Manchuria. Yep, I had to take that risk. Still raiding the phosphate mines. Okay, that's it. So apparently there are units leaving the west coast heading this way. Allied raiders disrupt Sarawak convoys. And there is my ledger for next turn. Supplies being calculated as always. Salvage work refloats the Nevada. You hate to see it if you're playing the Japanese. All right, so that was a good call. All right, so I guess taking Heshi was a good call. Yep, see, already getting outflanked. Allies start airlifting supplies to China. Flying over the hump. 7th Armored arrives in Southeast Asia. Just what I need. Chiang Kai-shek visits India, meeting Gandhi, who promises not to impede China's war effort. Let me reread that. Chiang Kai-shek visits India, meeting Gandhi, who lies to Chiang Kai-shek, promising not to impede China's war effort. That makes that statement historically accurate. The Flying Tigers suffer attrition losses. All right. And that takes in a row. Oh, I already have Panoply. It's twice now I've made that mistake. Alright, so there are ships coming. See if we can't scout them out. I'm assuming they're going to make a beeline from the west coast to Australia. So if they travel in a straight line, they're going to come by the Gilberts. They're going to come by Tarawa. So we'll work on longer range aircraft. I don't think, because he's not in port, I can't upgrade him. Let's head up there. I don't want to give myself away. They'll be able to pull in after these two guys come out. Guess I'll try and get down in between this gap here. It'd be nice if I could take American Samoa and Fiji, but something tells me I am not going to get that lucky. I can't move him south yet. Alright, so we have some activity down here on the eastern peninsula, and thanks to the weather, these guys are not going to be able to move out into the jungle and intercept. So let me get this cruiser away from shore bombardment, potential shore bombardment. Because we took Rabaul, we should get the Admiralty Islands. Alright, so I think that's about all we're going to be able to do there. I'd love to have him come down and help with New Guinea, but I need to get the Philippines. Speaking of which, alright, that gets us Manila. Davao's an alternate, so I don't think the Philippines is going to surrender. I have a feeling they're just going to move the capital to Davao, which is where this guy comes in. Now, the American submarine moved off to where? I do not know. Oh, there he is. Did not go as far as I thought he did. And they are unable to damage him. That's alright though. Okay, so now, well, before I declare war on the Dutch, that should help the supply and command control situation here in Malaysia, now that I got him back up to full 10 points. You know what? Nope, nope, no, 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 no. Diplomacy. Where is it? Dutch East Indies. Oops. Something tells me that was a bad move. We'll try and make the best of it. And that is it for the Flying Tigers. Alright, yeah, let's go ahead and get his range up to help out. Because there's at least one, possibly two units out here. Now, I've managed to cut the Burma Road, but I can't rest. I mean, I've got to get to Calcutta. That is not going to be easy. I may just want to pull him out of there. Yeah. No, instead of attacking, that'll give the artillery a chance to resupply a little bit more. I believe he's got to stay there, yep. And I need somebody here. So moving the headquarters up isn't going to help me any. Do I change plans? Forget about pushing in the north? So if I put somebody here, that'll cover for both of these, but that'll leave Xinjiao open. Alright, I do have this guy, though. So where are we going? I'm going to probably need him more down there. Since I'll be able to pull him out next turn. Finish reinforcing him. I guess I'll have him head south, and since I'm not going to push out for Datong anytime soon, we go ahead and reinforce Peking. So now, here on the map, it is Beiping. Most people know the city as Beijing, and if you're my age, then you know it as Peking. What is the difference? It has to do with which Chinese language you're using. Okay. Are you using Mandarin or are you using Cantonese? Which dialect of those two? What's the difference? For those of you that are following along, if you're an American, then you know that somebody from Boston has a different accent than like somebody from New York or Philadelphia or somebody from Michigan or California. All of those locations have different dialects. Okay, they speak the same language. They speak English. Okay, but there is a different there's a different accent. Now, Mandarin and Cantonese are basically two different languages, but if you're not Chinese, if you weren't grown up seeing the difference between the two, you will be hard pressed to see the difference. All the years I was studying Asian cultures, I always had difficulty recognizing the two right off the bat, one from the other. So, just so you know, that's what's going on there. That's why the cities got different names, and who calls it what? Well, depends on who's in charge. Alright, so he's already attacked. He's already attacked. He's low on supply, so I'm not doing anything with him. Did the bombers go in already? No, they did not. Alright. Alright, so it looks like we can do the most damage here. Alright. So I think that's pretty much everybody for the moment. Let me zoom out. Yeah, Kido is delayed while they refit. Same thing with New Guinea, but we did get Rabaul. My invasion of the island of Java did not go anywhere near according to plan. So we'll see how that plays out. Probably going to have to get another unit down there as soon as possible to help carry Batavia. Alright, so I got a little bit left for research. So industrial technology is up. Overspent. Good. Command and control. Do I have enough? No, I do not. I'm 3 shy. Bummer. Amphibious, definitely. Okay, so that's only going to leave 47. Nothing else I can do with that. I'll just bank it. Okay, so that is going to do it for this turn. That is going to do it for this episode. So, all right. I'm sorry, but I'm thinking about the game and I'm thinking about strategies and stuff like that, and I'm just like, this is challenging. I do not have the forces that I'm used to having. Oh, excuse me, that I'm used to having. When you play Strategic Command World at War, you're playing as the Axis, you're playing as the Japanese, you actually get to start playing with the Japanese forces on a full wartime footing from September 1st, 1939, all the way up to December 31st, 1941. So you still get a lot to do. You can build a lot of units. You can build up your defenses, things like that. And so I'm used to that, and I'm kind of a fish out of water here with War in the Pacific, because I don't have that crutch. So we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. Anyways, thanks a lot for tuning in. If you made it this far, please leave a like. Drop a comment. You got any questions? Subscribe if you haven't already. We're still shooting for 75. The last time I checked, it was still at 71. Share this with somebody if you think they'll like this kind of content. Don't forget to hit the notification bell if you haven't already. I always forget to mention that. Help grow the channel. So, and thanks again, and I'll see you on the next one.